Have you ever noticed that your favorite products seem to be getting smaller, but the price stays the same? You reach for your cherished chocolate bar, but it feels lighter, less substantial. The wrapper hasn't changed, nor has the price tag. But the bar, it's subtly diminished. It's like a magic trick, a sleight of hand that leaves you questioning your memory. Is it you or has something changed? Rest assured, it's not your imagination. It's called shrinkflation. Shrinkflation is when companies reduce the size or quantity of a product while keeping the price the same. This might sound like an abstract concept, but it's a reality that's likely touched your everyday life. Let's take a journey through your morning routine. You wake up and head to the kitchen to pour yourself a bowl of your favorite cereal. But lately, you've noticed that the box seems to empty out a bit quicker than it used to. The box size hasn't changed, but the amount of cereal inside has decreased. Then you head to the bathroom to brush your teeth. You've been buying the same brand of toothpaste for years. Suddenly, your tube seems to run out faster than before. Upon closer inspection, you realize the tube is the same size, but the amount of toothpaste inside has diminished. In both of these instances, you've fallen victim to shrinkflation. Companies have subtly reduced the amount of product you receive, while the price remains unchanged. This could mean you're paying the same amount for less cereal in your bowl or fewer days of toothpaste. This is a common strategy businesses use to increase their profits without raising prices, and it happens right under our noses. They're banking on the fact that most of us won't notice the small changes in quantity. It's a sneaky way for brands to make more money without you realizing it. Next time you're at the store, pay attention to the packaging. Awareness is the first step towards spotting shrinkflation. It's amazing how much you can discover just by being a little more observant. When you pick up that familiar box of cereal or tube of toothpaste, take a moment to check the weight or volume. Has it changed since the last time you purchased it? If it has, but the price remains the same, you may be a victim of shrinkflation. Now, let's talk about unit price. This is the price of an item per unit of measurement, such as per ounce or per liter. It's often displayed on shelf labels in grocery stores. By comparing the unit price of different sizes of the same product, you can see if you're really getting the best bang for your buck. If the unit price of the smaller package is higher than that of the larger one, then shrinkflation may be at play. But it's not just about size and price. Sometimes, the quality of the product can diminish too. Perhaps the chocolate in your favorite candy bar doesn't taste quite as rich, or the fabric of your go-to brand of t-shirts feels thinner. This is another form of shrinkflation, where the quality is reduced, but the price remains the same. And let's not forget about packaging tricks. Some brands use larger packaging to give the illusion of more product. Others may shape the bottom of a bottle or jar to be concave, reducing the amount of product it can hold. So always double-check the actual product quantity, not just the size of the package. Shrinkflation can be a bit sneaky, but by being vigilant, you can spot it. Remember, it's not just about getting what you pay for, it's about understanding the value of what you're buying. You may be surprised to find that your go-to snacks, toiletries, and household items have shrunk in size. But don't be fooled, the price tag hasn't changed. Be a savvy shopper and don't let shrinkflation pull the wool over your eyes. So why do brands engage in shrinkflation? You might wonder. Well, the answer lies at the intersection of economics and business strategy. It's all about maintaining profit margins while navigating the choppy waters of market fluctuations and rising production costs. Picture this: a brand is manufacturing a well-loved chocolate bar. The costs of raw materials like cocoa and sugar are rising, and so are the costs of labor, packaging, and shipping. Over time, these increases start to eat into the profit margin of the chocolate bar. The brand is faced with a dilemma: increase the price of the bar or decrease the size. Increasing the price risks losing customers who are sensitive to price changes. On the other hand, reducing the size of the bar can be done subtly, hoping that consumers won't notice. This is where shrinkflation comes into play. It's a clever, albeit sneaky way for brands to protect their bottom line. By reducing the size or quantity of a product, they're able to maintain the same price point, and thus their profit margin. It's an invisible price rise, a way for brands to pass on the cost increases without directly raising the sticker price. Shrinkflation is a balancing act for brands. They have to carefully weigh the potential backlash from consumers against the need to maintain profitability. It's a game of perception and reality, where less becomes more, at least in terms of profit. But here's the catch. While brands may think they are being clever, consumers are becoming savvier. With access to a world of information at their fingertips, people are starting to notice when their favorite products are shrinking in size. They're comparing unit prices, checking quantities, and calling out brands on their deceptive practices. Shrinkflation is a reality of the modern marketplace, a manifestation of the constant tug-of-war between brands trying to maintain profits and consumers seeking value for their money. By reducing the amount of product in a package, brands can offset rising production costs without raising prices. But is it a sustainable strategy in the long run? Only time will tell. But as consumers, it's important to be aware of this deceptive tactic. And now that you know what shrinkflation is, let's talk strategies to avoid falling into its trap. First and foremost, start by buying in bulk. When you buy larger quantities, you typically get more for your money. This is because brands tend to shrink smaller packages first. So if you're a fan of a particular product, consider purchasing it in larger quantities. Next, make checking the unit price a habit. The unit price is usually listed on the price tag at the store, and it tells you how much you're paying per unit of measure, like per ounce or per gram. This is a great way to compare prices across different brands and sizes. It also helps you spot shrinkflation. If the unit price goes up, but the package price stays the same, you've got yourself a case of shrinkflation. Another strategy is to be aware of deceptive packaging. Companies are really good at making packages look the same size, even when they're not. They might make a box taller but narrower, or a bottle thinner but taller. This way, at first glance, the package looks the same size, but when you check the quantity, you'll find it's less. So don't just grab and go. Take a moment to check the quantity and compare it to the price. Lastly, consider switching brands. If your favorite brand is constantly shrinking their products, but keeping the prices the same, maybe it's time to find a new favorite. There are plenty of brands out there that value their customers and don't engage in shrinkflation. Remember, being a savvy shopper isn't just about finding the best deals. It's also about holding brands accountable for their actions. So, don't let brands trick you into paying more for less. Stay informed, compare prices, and most importantly, vote with your wallet. If we all do this, we can make a difference and push back against shrinkflation. Don't let brands trick you into paying more for less. Remember, knowledge is power. Stay informed and don't fall for the shrinkflation scam. We've journeyed through the sneaky world of shrinkflation together, uncovering how brands subtly decrease product sizes while keeping prices constant. It's a crafty way to pad their profits, and it's happening right under our noses. Your favorite snacks, toiletries, even household items are not immune. But now, you're armed with the knowledge to spot these changes. You've learned to pay attention to packaging, to check the unit price, and to compare it to larger sizes to ensure you're getting the best value. Don't let brands deceive you into paying more for less. Be a savvy shopper and hold these companies accountable for their misleading practices. Your wallet will thank you for it. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more consumer tips and insights.